Hello and welcome back to Idle Kingdom Defense. So today we're still on 9130, if I could speak. And we are going to try... We lost yesterday. We're going to try again today. I must have lost so bad I forgot to get the buffs. It's fine. It's fine. We did get a increase in gear for Ryan, so again, don't really expect that to do much, but we're basically 3 sets of 2-star legendary gear away. Until Christian can get to 3-star legendary, so that's something to look forward to. Christian is very excited, I can tell. But yeah, kind of at a standstill. But like I said, I'm really curious how they're going to change the game. Is it going to be a big change? Is it going to be a little change? I don't know. I'm kind of hoping we wouldn't see the change until, if it was up to me, the change would kick in around stage 10,000. But we'll see. I mean, to me that makes sense. That's when Mythic Gear starts, you know, that's when things change. But nobody knows. I don't know. Do you know? Nobody knows. And our castle is sporting over 5 million health now, so that's a nice thing to see. I think we had over 5 million yesterday. It's really due to the castle plus Sophia. Sophia gives her health bonus to the castle. So Sophia, I think it's about 200,000, which is, you know, I mean, that's not okay. Hey, look, they're doing their job. The Warriors are doing their job, picking things up. Look at them big stuns by Randolph, actually doing his job, getting things off the castle. Ryan helping too. Yeah, there's one thing I will probably say is with the crowd control nerf, probably Frost Gear for the Archer, probably a really good thing to have, you know? Because at the very least, whoever they're shooting, they'll slow them down, you know? Oh, hey, Ryan's gonna go fight over there, that's fine. And we have a 6th warrior coming, but we don't know who it is. Will Gabriel ever get promoted to 5-star legendary? Who knows? The funny thing is, he's actually ahead of Camila. He's just the last one on the team. But it's fine. It's fine. Honestly, once Gabriel gets to 5-star legendary, I think I'm going to just have to stop summoning. I know that sounds really strange. Maybe we'll summon for the new hero, just to at least get the new hero on the team. But, yeah, I mean, what am I summoning for? Once Gabriel's, you know, there, I don't have a reason to summon. I say that, but I could at least work on the new guy. I doubt they're going to give us more heroes with the Mythic unlock. They're probably giving us a new hero for... I hope the new guy has, like, double CC, like, what's her name does? Marion. I'm kind of hoping he has something like that, like he's, you know, Frost and Knockup, or... I doubt he'd be Frost and Knockup, because that's what she is, but that's what I want him to be. That's what I really want him to be, like a new Ryan. Well, we wouldn't replace Ryan. We'd replace probably Diego, if anything, if he was that good. What I don't want to see is another hero that doesn't do anything. Like, I don't want another poisoner. I don't want another fire dude. Now, lightning could be interesting because that's a stun. I prefer slow and knockup, honestly. But we'll see. I'll be honest. I would love a slow and knock up all around him, like basically like Marion, but on the battlefield. That's what I would want to see. Now, will we get that? I don't know. But that's what I'd want to see. Some kind of, it could be a different kind of dual crowd control too. It could be like lightning and fire or something like that, where he stuns and he also debuffs their attack. Which, yeah, That'd be really useful with the fact that they're buffing everything's attack, you know? He'd be like a hybrid. He'd be like a better Roderick at that point. And if he was, you know, better, well, Diego might have to get retired. And I hope he gets dodge. As we know, dodge is very important. Dodge might actually be even more important if they do even more damage. Just because of all the stuff going on. Yeah, we'll see. Hey! Alright, this is the one that beat us yesterday. Let's see if we can beat it today. I'm not holding out hope, but we'll see. This would be the perfect level for Marion. Honestly, you know, Marion, her attack would be great for most levels because theoretically she could knock up and slow everyone right around the castle. She just has to get higher than Epic 2. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sitting here wondering, damn, will I regret summoning? I'm like, you know what, a couple days worth of summons? Yeah, my team doesn't change much day to day, we both know that. I mean, that's why people ask, like, why don't you use your rubies to summon? And I'm like, what? What for? Have you looked at my team? Like, it's not like all of a sudden, like, you know, had I used all my rubies, right? I would be in a better position now. Maybe I'd get the last Gabriel, you know, but that to me isn't big enough. Hey, look, we actually cleared it. That to me isn't big enough to spend rubies. You kidding me? On the off chance I actually pull him versus just, like, waiting until tomorrow to try again, I'd rather wait. Much rather wait. You know, I get basically 100,000 worth of summons a day in rubies, at least. It's like, why would I spend rubies? It makes sense. But I get it, like a lot of people, you know, what else are you going to use your rubies on? Well, Expedition's about the only thing I really use them for. But, so the thing is, I played other mobile games, and it seems like there's a pattern. They start out really generous with the rubies and stuff like that. Then they realize because they're so generous, or you know, I don't know if it's because, you know, like they realize, oh no, people aren't buying this stuff, or they realize, okay, now that we've gotten the player base addicted to a certain level of free, you know, cash, you know, can we reduce the amount and make them buy some, you know, like if you were spending 100,000 rubies each week, and the game was giving you 100,000 rubies each week, you know, you'd spend a lot more freely, right? Because you're like, well, you know, I get 100,000 each week, it's no big deal. But then if the game all of a sudden the next week, instead of 100,000, you got 50,000, now not everybody, but there will be some people who will probably be like, damn, I miss being able to use my rubies on all these things, and might purchase more rubies. Now, I don't know how effective that really is. I've never tried it. I mean, I've had companies try to do it on me, and outside of one mobile game, I never fell for it. There was one mobile game where I just wanted to progress so badly that, you know, I bought a few things. It wasn't like I spent like $400, $500 or anything. That was actually the tipping point, is I had spent, and you know, they're very good at getting you to spend it over a period of time. And I had spent, when I looked back at a total, and granted I played it for like, I don't know, 6 months. So spending, was it 6 months? So spending, I think it was like $60 I spent over 6 months. Like, it doesn't seem like a lot, because it was, this is how they get you. Is like, originally, of course, I bought the, you know, as you can see here, I'd buy the ad-free package. That to me is always, like, I actually hesitated in that one, and that was the game that taught me how important the ad-free package was. Because what happened was, there were so many advertisements. There were just so many advertisements you had to watch and stuff like that, that, I don't know, it was just too much. And, you know, again, when I sat down and looked at, like, how much time am I spending watching ads versus, you know, how much is the ad-free package? I'm like, damn, this is a no-brainer. And that was actually $15 to buy the ad-free package. It was kind of pricey, but I figured, you know, again, with how long I was spending watching ads each day, I was like, yeah, this is totally worth it. And, you know, again, I've never regretted buying the ad-free package. You know, especially with games that are, you know, decent about it. And they were decent about that. But then it was, oh, don't you want to buy this permanent bonus? And it was like $6. And I was like, you know what? I do want to buy this permanent bonus because I'm already in, you know, so deep. And then it was another little bonus. And I was like, okay, sure. And so at this point, I think I was in for like 25 bucks. So, again, not a huge amount of money. Some of it I actually had some of it I got a discount because I used Google Rewards. So I do their surveys and stuff like that, and so some of that was discounted off, which is probably why I did it. So that was in. I was in for $27 minus whatever rewards I had, which is like $5. So probably like $22. I'm playing the game, and I was really enjoying it. But they had this feature in the game that was really hard to get, that really boosted your productivity in the game. And the problem was, it used the in-game currency. So the issue was, you basically didn't get enough. It wasn't like this game where I'm swimming with, almost 500,000 rubies. It was, the currency was really tight. And when I look back in the history of the game, basically they used to give people out a lot more premium currency than they did now, and then they reduced it. And when I really, when I was thinking about it, I'm like, of course they reduced it, because the reason they reduced it is, basically because, people weren't buying it, and now it became like a dilemma. Well, knowing this, I had a pretty big dilemma, and I ended up, and what they would do is they would run a special every Sunday night, and every now and then you would get the really good special everybody wanted. I think it was every Sunday night and every Thursday they had a special, but the Sunday night was the real special. I never bought the Thursday special because to me it wasn't worth it. So every Sunday they ran the special, and when I looked at the special, I didn't want to buy it for a really long time, and I really held out, and I think I got a little bit more Google rewards. It was really not that much. The special was, I think, $15, but by this point I had used up all my Google rewards, so I didn't really have anything left. So I would have to pay the $15, and it was such a large, starting out power boost that I ended up doing it. And it wasn't that one that bothered me so much, because I did that, and then there was one later, and I'm like, damn, if I get this one, this is really close to pushing me to the next level. Yada, I did it again. And so those were my 5 purchases that I made in that game. I didn't think much of it, and I just, I was in the Discord, you know, I talked to, you know, other people. They had an actual official Discord. It's not like Idle Kingdom Defense where it's like the players made a Discord and StormX is okay with us, you know, having the Discord. There's some kind of agreement there. I'm not really privy to the details. But it's not an official like StormX Discord. It's like we run the Discord and StormX has okayed it. But they actually had an official Discord where, you know, they had people in the company in the Discord all the time moderating and all that kind of stuff. I'm not saying StormX needs to do it, but, you know, just giving you an idea how different of a Discord it is versus one that's kind of like run by the players. And the tipping point for me was there were a bunch of other players that were talking about how much money they spent in the game. And there are people like, yeah, you know, I've been playing for 3 years and I think I've spent $1,500. And somebody else was, you know, like, oh yeah, I've spent like $1,200 so far. And, you know, everybody was just talking about how much they spent. And, you know, and I looked. And see, this is the thing. I knew about how much I spent. But I didn't know how, you know, I didn't know how much I spent until I actually went back and looked at it. And I'm like, I spent 60, you know, and I explained what I bought. And they just kept talking. They're like, yeah, you know, there were people there that bought the deal every Sunday and every Thursday. And I was just floored. You know, people that were talking pretty casually about, yeah, I've played for 3 years and I've spent $1,000 on this mobile game. And to me, I looked at what I'd spent, I looked at what they spent, and that to me was actually what made me quit playing that game. Basically, I did not want to. I enjoyed the game. Well, I say I enjoyed the game, but at that point I was kind of getting disillusioned with the game. Disillusioned is probably not the right word, but there were a lot of quirks about the game that I didn't like, that I felt like could have been so much better. And, you know, again, having seen this with everybody, I'm like, you know, is this something I want to be a part of, you know? Where everybody's openly talking about how much money they spent, and, you know, everybody's okay with spending this much money on a mobile game. And, that was a real eye-opener for me. But, you know, I knew people had spent a lot of money, because, you know, I'd been in the Discord for a while. But that was really the thing that that really opened my eyes to mobile gaming. And yeah, I did fall in the trap a little bit. I mean, you know, $60 is not a big deal, really, in the grand scheme of things. But it's like, yeah. But, you know, that's why I save my rubies and don't just spend them, you know? I've seen too many games, you know, give you a certain amount of currency and you're going to get comfortable with spending it. And then one day they say, well, you know, we're reducing the amount of currency you get from this, this, and this. And it's like, whoa, what? And, you know, if you've been playing the game for a while, it's not a big deal, but, you know, if you're new to the game, you know, like pretend, like if they did cut the rubies in half, right? And you're new to the game, it's going to be so much longer for you to fill out your upgrades. You know, fill out your upgrades and actually be able to start, you know, buying extra expeditions and stuff like that. It's going to take you that much longer. But yeah, that was actually what happened with me. You know? So that's why I'm so conservative. But yeah, having that. So, you know, it was kind of weird because I was kind of tired of the game. Like, it was an idle. It was supposed to be an idle game, but it was an idle game that required way too much time. You know, I thought it would be a nice little idle game. You know, you hop in, you do a few things. You know. Yeah, but it got. I mean, that's how it started out. It started out that way, and then it got so grindy, and it just wasn't fun. You know, it got to the point where it wasn't fun, and they added an event that I felt was like really exploitative, like so exploitative. I was yeah. And it got me. It got me for... It didn't get me for actual money, but it got me for, you know, they gave you the bonus. Like, it got me for the equivalent of rubies. And I was upset about that, because I was saving up my in-game currency for something, and then I made a mistake and went gambling in their game, and I lost. You know, I let them get, you know, it was the way the game was set up, made me keep chasing instead of stopping, and that was a big mistake. I mean, I'm glad I'm learning, I'm glad I'm learning these lessons with, like, fake currency, you know, not real money, and I didn't throw a bunch of real money. I mean, there's people, I've read stories about people that have spent, like, 30,000 on mobile games, 40,000. Like, I remember reading the story of this guy. It's called A Whale of a Tale. And this guy he got a secret credit card. He spent all this money, like thousands of dollars of money on this Final Fantasy game. And I mean, his account sounded amazing, but it was unreal. Like, how much money he had to spend. It was insane. Like I think one day he did something like he went through $3,000. Now I hear stories about people who are like, yeah, I used to go out and party every night. Like, legitimately, this is what some people have said. Is like, I used to go out, party every night, spend about, you know, $5,000 on the weekend on a party night. Again, I don't know who these people are that make so much money that they do this, but that's what they do. And they're like, yeah, I started playing mobile gaming because, you know, like, instead of blowing $5 grand, I blow like $3 grand mobile gaming. And I'm just like, what? I just, you know, the fact that I have to question how they're spending that much money means that I just don't have enough money. You know, that's the first thing. You know, somebody who's dropping $3 grand on a mobile game and they don't even care because it's like, yeah, it's cheaper than going out to the club where I spent $5. Already shows you how limited my income is compared to them, you know? But, yeah, that was something to read about. That was really something. I don't know. It's always something, isn't it? But yeah. That's why I saved my rubies. So that was the long and the short story of why I saved my rubies. But it's basically because they can reduce the rubies and then turn the game into a real money trap for people who've been playing for a while. And that's what I saw in the other game. People had played the game and they got, for years, and spent $3,000, $4,000, I think, well, $1,000 to $2,000 on the game, and I'm like, whoa. That's the other thing. Like, I wanted to, like, I was enjoying this game, and obviously I'm not playing it anymore because it was made by a Russian company. But to get the ad-free version, they wanted you to pay $10 a month for a mobile game. $10 a month. I'm like, are you kidding me? Now I'll play a flat fee if, you know, I feel like the flat fee is fair. But I was not paying a subscription. I wanted to, but, you know, in the end, I got kind of tired of... It was the same thing. I got tired of the advertisements, you know? No, the other game I didn't get tired of the advertisements. The other game I got kind of bored of because it got, again, so grindy that the reward just wasn't there. And again, when everybody was talking about how much they spent, and people kept spreadsheets. They kept spreadsheets of what they spent. They budgeted their money and stuff like this so they could spend it on this mobile game. And I was like, oh my god. That to me was just like the biggest eye-opener. I mean, nothing against them. If they got the money, you can spend your money however you want. But seeing how they spent their money and looking at me, and now granted, I didn't feel like I was going down the same path, but $60 was enough, you know, for me to look at what I spent and say, what the hell am I doing? And I quit cold turkey. Now, granted, they did do something else in the game to piss me off at the time. They added a new character, and they wanted to charge you $50. So I tried to win the character for free in a raffle, and I didn't. And I'm like, yeah, fuck this. I think I'm done. And the thing is, I almost bought the character, because it was basically, they basically put you into a dilemma, right? Either I buy the character now, or it never comes back again, or for $50, mind you, or I just know my account's never going to be good enough because I didn't buy that character. Yeah. Yeah. And that was when I walked away. It's a very predatory market sometimes. Maybe more than a little. And it sucked too, because outside of the ridiculous monetization, the game was really a lot of fun. It was a silly little mining game. And I didn't like the formula they put in as much. Especially towards, like, they really made it grindy towards late game. But it was pretty fun. While I played it, I mostly had fun with it. But, my complaint was, it said it was an idle game, but it wasn't idle at all. That was really where my complaint came in. Because, like, this game, I just check on it, let it run, it's no big deal, let it farm. I don't have to do the battles or anything. That's pretty cool. But that game was much, much more active. There was no auto this for it. Yeah. Well, nice. I hope you guys have enjoyed the story of when mobile games were too exploitative for me. Yeah. Let me know in the comments if you've ever fell into that trap. If you've ever, been playing a game and, realized it was really predatory like that. Let me know. I'm probably not the only one. Honestly, mobile gaming is kind of a new thing for me. I have had a phone, but, I've always been a PC gamer. So the idea of playing a mobile game was never that appealing to me. I have a PC, why would I play a mobile game? And don't get me wrong, some of the mobile games can be, pretty fun. Like, I think I played Gun Brothers or something like that for a while. I basically played that when I was, there were times when I was away from my computer and I had to go do something, or waiting somewhere or something, and I would have to play something like that. And that was okay. It wasn't amazing, it was okay. At the very least, it was better than the alternative of what I would have been doing, which is watching paint dry. And nice, we finished. I'm going to finish my story. You can just give me a minute. But I never got into mobile gaming because, I got a PC. Like, outside of I'm somewhere where I can't get to my PC and I would like to do something, yeah, of course. It's better than reading the ingredients on the laundry detergent for the third time. But anyways, like I said, I was always a PC gamer, so it was never like I wanted to get in a mobile game. But some of them, like this game, I really like this game a lot because, it has the idle component. You don't have to babysit it too much. I mean, I wish it would fix some things so it would be a little bit, nicer, but it is what it is. But anyways, let me know your experience with gaming. PC gaming, mobile gaming. Say something in the comments. So, once again, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. I hope you're, waiting for the patch like I am, but we will get there, and it's going to be great. So thank you again, and I hope you have a great day.